The most explosive conflict ignited with media personality 607 Unc during another No Jumper episode in late June. However, the most explosive conflict ignited with media personality 607 Unc during another No Jumper episode in late June. The beef would stem from 607 Unc dissing 4XTRA.
This is 4XTRA. I'm sorry, 4XTRA. This is Trap Lord Ross documenting 4XTRA's accident a year later. Let's jump into this content.
While 4XTRA was locked up, questioning his sexuality.
What are your thoughts on 4XTRAs?
4XTRA probably got hit extra.
Wait, what?
That's all. He probably got hit extra. How did that doodoo ball? Come on. If
You're lucky he's going to be locked up for another month.
No, gang. If you talk about that doodoo ball, you had to get hit.
Adam even predicted potential problems that Unc would have with 4XTRA for the dissing, but apparently Unc wasn't too worried.
See, this is the problem we're going to have now. You're going to have smoke with 4XTRAs.
No, but listen, if Brick Baby can walk in this building and have smoke with Wax 100 for 2 years without seeing him, I can manage to be in this motherfucker for 2 years without seeing 4XTRA.
That is a pretty understandable way of looking at it. Not the best way of looking at it, but I can see his logic.
Yeah.
Come on, gang. Stop playing on me. If everybody else could do it, why can't I?
Poetic Flacco did a great job covering this incident, explaining that once 607 Unc became a full-time No Jumper employee, an interview with 4XTRA and Adam was scheduled.
607 Unc.
Trap Lord Ross, first of all, Flacco, you have to go on a diet. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Off topic, Flacco, you got to take better care of yourself because, like, just the way that you're getting bigger at an alarming rate is crazy. It's crazy, but whatever. Trap Lord Ross and Flacco for sure got a flu flam together, taking out the American black culture. You feel me? They're both immigrants who don't really care for American black culture at all. And it's interesting to see how it works out.
After a gig as a full-time No Jumper employee, he's now doing interviews. It's time for him to start doing interviews with more people in the building. Adam approached 607 Unc and asked him, hey, you want to do an interview with 4XTRA? 4XTRA is down. He wants to do it. Unc said, of course, 4XTRA is viral. Let's do it. Now, Unc is under the perception of 4XTRA is cool with me. He never seen that miscellaneous interview I did dissing him in the past. Little did he know.
Now, why wouldn't 4XTRA have seen that interview? That's the part that always kind of like had me confused about 607 Unc. Why didn't you think he saw that interview? What made?
Oh, he was wrong. 4XTRA did see it.
What make his internet different than yours to where he can't see what you did and what you were saying about him?
But even before getting on the podcast, tensions were high backstage when allegedly 4XTRA pressed 607 Unc for dissing him prior.
When 4XTRA walked in, 607 Unc asked, hey, let's take a picture, gang. 4XTRA said, no, we got to holler. And all people hear is 4XTRA screaming at the top of his lung, I'll kill you, gang. I don't play that.
Now, on the back end, I don't think that all that happened. I think that the story of 607 Unc and 4XTRA was dramatically exaggerated. I don't think that it happened quite as they describe it. Now, I do think that 4XTRA's got on 607 Unc's head for sure. I do believe that, but I don't believe that it was as expressive as everybody's trying to make it seem like it was at all.
I mean, straight pressing. I haven't seen pressing this vicious before in my life. 4XTRA's let him know, I came with 50 people. If your energy would have been wrong, you would have died in No Jumper today. He's telling Unc this.
However, despite these death threats, 607 Unc would keep his cool and continue with the podcast, despite knowing he was outnumbered, and he would later claim that he was confident that he could control.
Now, they're making 607 Unc seem like he was really in some kind of danger and all this. Boy, this narrative here is sick.
Control 4XTRA emotionally.
Before I start, he tell me this. He say, if you say anything out of line, we gonna kill you in here. That's what he tell me. And I'm like, you gonna kill me over content? He like, yeah, so you shouldn't do the content. So I'm like, let's do the content. And I already knew that he was talking control emotionally. So
the tensions continued on the pod when 4XTRA seemingly threatened to kill 607 Unc again, saying that he would flatline him and go to jail laughing.
Right. Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you right now. Watch what you say up on here, cause these think you can't be caught.
And now you got Adam 22 leaving 4XTRAs or leaving 607 Unc alone for extras. That was crazy.
You could be.
I forgot that this flu flam was afoot.
Be caught. You could be found. You could on a set. What's the name? I'm gonna get up on you, just like I just got up on you. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you, you gonna die right here. I smoke your. You gonna die at No Jumpers. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna flatline you right here and go to jail and laugh at your ass. Why you on the projector dead? And I'm gonna be doing burpees in jail, laughing at your ass while he's picking up my collect calls.
As both Unc and 4
Sheesh. Yeah, Adam was sick to not be there for that one. He just left Unc in a hot seat.
4XTRA discussed what had just transpired backstage. Unc made a comment that sounded like a diss to the 40s, and 4XTRA didn't take this lightly.
So you was scared, you was running. I was standing right there. I walked all to the middle of them. Tell them about that. When they walked in, I walked to the middle of all of them. 607 They kept on telling me 40s. I said, what the f that mean? Right? They all say 40s. Slow down.
First of all,
that's what it means.
First of all,
Yeah, but when you say like what that mean, you saying it like you was like, for lack of better words, devaluing and belittling, you know, what they have going on.
That mean? No, I don't mean it like that. You see what I'm saying? I can't say nothing. Don't do that, cuz. Don't say what I'm saying. I didn't know what I'm saying. It's about to get you socked out because you did tell you broke up to none of us. I said, told Joe right now. So I'm gonna stop you right out. I said 6-0s, ask your little homie. Don't say no 6-0s, no nothing. Bring up none of my homies, cause you're gonna get socked out on here. My bad. This ain't no Munchie B or the what's that, whoever the on 40s, I will sock you out of here on the dead homies.
Now, Munchie B's response to 607 Unc versus 4XTRA's response to 607 Unc are two very different responses. Two very different responses. Now, I'll leave it up for you guys in the chat to decide which response you felt like was more acceptable or more, I guess, for lack of better words, reasonable. But yeah, man, it's an awful lot of flu flammery go down for shizzor.
That's what you gonna sock your ass out. Adam did it on purpose.
After 607 Unc left Los Angeles, he would continue to talk about the incident, dissing 4XTRA from a distance.
But then, yeah, that was the part where 617 Unc messed himself up at, because you had a chance to talk to Trans face and you waited till you left.
Right. If he would have touched me, y'all would have saw something. Y'all would have saw one of these arms move before you saw me fall or whatever without. Yeah, I had a gun up. Come on.
Even going as far as to challenge him to an official boxing match, even putting up an alleged
607 Unc admitted to having a firearm on him at no jumper is crazy. That's wild work.
for it.
you want to do a boxing match?
So many firearms at no jumper.
Got 50,000 for a celebrity boxing match because he an animal. I can't trust him. He gonna try to use his game for protection.
But even more bizarre were rumors spreading that 607 Unc had used some kind of voodoo after 4XTRA had knocked over a supposedly haunted cup that 607 Unc had on the table. Whatever the case though, 4XTRA would not accept his challenge, just like he didn't accept King Pill's fate. And as Adam would later observe,
yeah, we live.
This pattern of declining fights was beginning to erode 4XTRA.
I saw a lot of feedback about him not wanting to fight King Pill that was not flattering, where people felt like, how are you going to talk this much about fades? And then when Adam has a fade that's
I'm live,
presumably going to pay you well, you're just not into it. And I think a lot of people didn't really care for his reasoning.
But on the other hand, if we're talking about an official boxing match, there's no point doing it unless your opponent is on the same level of you, both physically and in terms of clout. But as the summer approached, it seemed like he might be finally finding his balance, managing to stay out of jail for over a month. But what nobody knew was that Independence Day 2025 will become the most dangerous day of 4XTRA's life, when all
what's the question?
of his success that he had worked so hard to build would suddenly be in jeopardy off the back of a single devastating decision.
Oh yeah, Munchie B is already going back to no jumper. Already believe that that's gonna happen.
July the 4th, 2025 was a big night for Los Angeles residents. For millions of Americans, Independence Day meant celebrating freedom with family, barbecues, parades, and spectacular firework displays lighting up the night sky. I was lucky enough to be in Los Angeles for this year's 4th of July, and I was honestly blown away by how serious people were taking it. It was nothing but explosions in the sky all night long, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before in English bonfire night or New Year's. Americans take this stuff to another level, and I was genuinely scared by how huge some of these
Yeah, Adam offered him more money, so he's going back over there.
Explosions in the sky were. For 4XTRA, it was supposed to be another day of celebration, content creation, and connecting with his community. Beyond America's birthday, he had every reason to celebrate. His music career was gaining traction, his social media following was growing, and he had finally found a way to channel his larger-than-life personality into something more positive, gaining hundreds of thousands of followers and lucrative deals worth tens of thousands. There had even been talks about 4XTRA landing a big money boxing matchup, with it being possible that an even better opponent than King Pill or 607 Unk could have been just round the corner, as well as rumors of a possible matchup with another internet motormouth Aaron the Plumber, who 4XTRA had clearly been keen on meeting up with in the ring, with Adam22 seemingly working in the background trying to find a way to make this actual fight happen, apparently even getting offers from guys like the streamer Aiden Ross.
Are you going to be able to go to Florida? Aiden Ross wanted him on his most recent card, and I guess they're him on it. They kind of want you to fight Aaron the Plumber, which would be an epic.
Wait, who?
You don't know him?
Oh man,
Aaron
is he?
Aaron the Plumber is a
thing.
dude from Stockton. He says that he doesn't gangbang, so I guess he doesn't have a formal set. He kind of is from the pimping world. At one point, he got 30 years. He ended up doing 5 years. He is, I'm not saying he's as big and tough as you, but he is a big, tough dude.
He got squats.
He'd be on a lot of reality shows fighting people, and he's hella viral right now, and the people love him. So I'm going to pull up a photo of him so you can get a look at him. But Aaron the Plumber, I guess he's a real plumber, too.
I feel like that's a big money fight. Aaron the Plumber versus.
No, that's for sure, yeah.
Basically, 4XTRA was living his best life, trying to get more viral moments to keep his rise coming, and he was on the cusp of breakthroughs. Online, 4XTRA had been seen filming more content in a strip mall, showing love to the people in his hood.
Bitch back to back. I'm in forest dead homes and I'm getting chill. Little shit in the hood.
Hey, do your big one.
Baby mama on the side cause she mad as shit.
Great.
I'm getting it either. Daddy though. In the hood on the block where I'm at though.
Now, who's to say that 4XTRA getting his hand blown off may not have saved his life? You feel me? That could have saved that man's life for sure.
Cameras rolled as he interacted with his community, his infectious energy on full display.
Yes, this early. 4 times 10.
In one viral moment that circulated just before the tragedy, 4XTRA attempted a high kick that sent him tumbling to the ground, much to the amusement of the people around.
Easy. Y'all think you can do it?
Easy all day. All day he got it. He got that. I don't got that. He got that. Come on, boys.
Right now,
This was the kind of fearless, spontaneous, and unfiltered moment of comedy that had made him so popular. This excitement carried into the 4th of July, and 4XTRA wasn't planning on celebrating with just some sparklers. He had big plans. As the day progressed, he posted a video of himself shopping for fireworks and joking about his big plans to blow big things up.
Vernon Avenue, if you know, then you know. Oh, Vernon Avenue, if you know, then you know.
I always wonder where he was at, where that like what am I trying to say? What Halloween? What 4th of July fireworks shop was he at? Because I've seen that video a million times, and I always wonder like where the hell was he at buying the fireworks?
Oh, Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. Oh, Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. If you know, then you know. I'm about to blow somebody else up tonight. I'm about to blow somebody else up.
Oh, that's downtown LA.
I'm gonna throw this. I'm about to blow somebody else up. I don't know who else I'm gonna blow up, but I'm blowing somebody else up. On Vernon Avenue, I'm blowing something up. Yeah, Vernon Avenue. You see this mother Vernon Ave.
Definitely blowing something up.
I'm blowing something up today.
Very true.
Told him, stop playing on Vernon Ave.
Wherever he decided to shop for fireworks was serious business, and their stock went far beyond your run-of-the-mill Roman candles and bottle rockets. He wanted M80s, military-grade explosives that had no business being in civilian hands. But what he didn't fully grasp in that moment was just how dangerous these explosives truly were.
Blow it up today. Blow it the back, I'm blowing it up. Stop playing CDs. I'm throwing them in your house. I'm throwing them at you. Vernon Avenue.
Yeah, see, maybe that's where he might have spoke something negatively into fruition.
The back. I'm blowing your up. I'm blowing somebody up today off the back.
You see, M80
Yeah, and you know what? 4X didn't disappoint. He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
These were originally military artillery simulators designed in the early 20th century for training exercises. After World War II, leftover military M80s would find their way into the consumer market, but even consumer versions contained approximately 3 grams of flash powder, an enormous amount of explosive material. To put this into perspective, authorities limit all consumer fireworks to a maximum of just 50 milligrams of pyrotechnic flash powder. That's to say M80s contain 60 times that amount, making their destructive potential in civilians' hands so much worse, with a documented history of gruesome injuries that your parents may well have warned you about. For instance, back in 2000, a man in his late 30s had to undergo hand transplant surgery after a fireworks accident more than a decade earlier had destroyed his dominant hand. And unfortunately for 4XTRA, he was about to suffer the same fate. As evening fell across LA, 4XTRA had prepared to light up the night in his own unique way. Armed with his M80s and riding high on the adrenaline of the day's festivities, he likely never imagined that he was about to become another statistic in the long history of firework tragedies. One viral video later circulated showing 4XTRA being extremely reckless with a smaller set of fireworks, as he was seen running in the street firing a succession of fireworks without aim and putting the people around him in terror. Fortunately,
Man, Trap Lord Ross gonna break this down and make it seem like he was Freddy Krueger, ain't he?
it seemed that nobody else was hurt as a result of that particular set of explosives, but it showed that perhaps 4XTRA wasn't taking the danger of this arsenal seriously. It's been reported that 4XTRA may have been in a car where he intended to light the M80 and throw it out of the window.
What I heard, he was actually in the car and he was lighting the firework, about to throw it out the window, and his homie was driving, and that's why his homie, I think, may have lost an ear, this part of his face, and an eye. Now, I'm not even 100% sure who the friend is.
We never did get a follow-up on the friend, did we? Did anybody ever get a follow-up on her?
I don't know if it's somebody that he's ever like brought to the office or somebody that I've ever spent time around. But and then in addition, 4XTRA, I think it being, you know, contained was probably worse for whatever happened to his vision, because of the fact that they were in a car and I guess the window was probably down, but the, you know, the roof and everything is going to kind of contain the blow. I don't know.
However, according to some, this unit may have had a faulty fuse, as it's believed that this M80 exploded almost immediately, causing catastrophic injuries to both 4XTRA and his passenger. The M80 detonated in his right hand with the force of a quarter stick of dynamite, blowing off his fingers and tearing through flesh, with a particularly gruesome picture of the injury going viral all over the world, showing 4XTRA sat on the...
Now, the way that he sat on his hand, on the ground, looking at his hand, man, that amount of shock was crazy to see in real time. Like, because 4XTRA just kind of sat there looking like, just probably confused, probably just, you don't know what to say in that situation. You feel me? A lot of things have happened that day, and you don't see that.
Attempting to stop the bleeding and assessing his injury and shock. Within minutes, 911 operators received a frantic call reporting that someone had severely injured their hand with fireworks.
3899, requesting additional unit and supervisor, 43rd in Vermont.
899, can I get an RA for a male, approximately 30 years of age, conscious and breathing, below his hand for the fireworks?
3899, repeat.
And his location. Sure, they weren't sure is in route to the additional unit request.
4XTRA would be pictured being taken away from the scene in an ambulance and quickly being rushed to the hospital where he would undergo emergency surgery. As the story went viral all over the world, it sparked endless speculation about the extent of the damages. According to people close to him, he had lost multiple fingers and suffered severe palm damage.
They're gonna have to take.
And how does Wack know? How Wack gonna talk about everything? How Wack's so smart. Let's think about this. Wack is so smart. He can tell you about 4XTRA's hand, but when we seen him in a video with a transmission, he want us to think that that's AI. Come on, bro.
Take him all the way down to the wrist.
Yeah, he about to have a nub.
They gotta take him to the wrist. Cause right, they told me, his homies that was there said they blew off his 2 middle fingers, the 3 middle fingers.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
crazy.
That's and a thumb, something like that. I think like the thumb and another finger. There's only 2 fingers left.
The blast had also temporarily blinded him for about 2 hours. In the age of social media, 4XTRA's accident didn't remain private for long. His accident would become the subject of multiple news stories, and within hours, images of similar M80 hand injuries began circulating online, giving people a visceral understanding of the destructive power of these illegal explosives. The public response was also swift and merciless, with countless memes and jokes flooding the internet. But it wasn't just the general public mocking him, his ops and enemies would also use this as ammunition against him. King Pill accused...
And this is what got 4XTRAZ into a situation where he wasn't fucking with Adam no more.
...the injury of being AI generated, claiming that 4XTRA was faking it for attention.
Listen, everyone, on another episode of the Pill Talk, we have faking like they blew their hands off. We all know that that's AI, man. He's out here using AI technology, and you can't believe you see on it.
Now, this is just go to show you how King Pill kind of just says things and is wrong, because as we can clearly see that this was not AI technology, nor did 4XTRAZ possess that level of AI technology to create such a gruesome image. King Pill was just happy to come out and jump out, oh, it's AI, blah, blah. Bro, you were wrong. And I ain't gonna lie, you sounded, now that we're watching this in hindsight, sounded kind of dumb. Not gonna lie. Sounded kind of dumb. This whole situation made you look and sound like an idiot. I'm not gonna lie. Because as we can clearly see, you know, his situation was a situation, and your antidotes didn't age well.
Internet, let's be real.
607 Unk also made a post seemingly hinting at doing voodoo on 4XTRA and bringing about his bad luck.
Out there on the West Coast, they do his hand dog, man. You know what happened? Unc put that voodoo on his. Unc put that 607 voodoo on. Yeah, he put that voodoo on his. They better quit playing. Okay, he put that voodoo on his.
Other internet personalities like Aaron the Plumber would also jump on the troll train, mocking and challenging 4XTRA to a handball match.
Tell 4Nubs I challenge him to a handball match.
Niggas wasn't trying to talk or disrespect 4XTRAZ until this happened. That's crazy.
Let's see who can juggle better in a real way.
Even members of the Rolling 40s decided to kick 4XTRA while he was down, with one person posting how he was never really part of their hood. Even fellow famous 40X4 would call him from jail to make fun of 4XTRA's injury and using his catchphrase against him.
Playing with the explosives and blew his off. Dead homies and blew his motherfucking hand off, cuz. Come on, cuz. Told you how to play with them explosives, cuz. On West Side Road. Dead homies. He wearing them explosives off the back. Hey, on the dead homies. Ain't no more taking over the beehive down. They gonna beat your stupid. Hey, I'm gonna put one hand behind my back and cover, cuz. You wanna say? Off the back, yeah, he got one hand, good. That's funny. Hey, you know the Family Guy with the stick hand? Got the stick hand on Family Guy, cuz, on the dead homie. That's hilarious, cuz. Karma is real. That's the kind of smut this Crippin. I ain't never been a PC a day in my life for the dead homies. I'm a high power crit, 3100, Baker Road, stupid. Dead homies. Karma struck quick. God spit the block for me. Off the back, 3D. Dead homies, alright.
Despite the hate and mockery, 4XTRA still had people in his corner. His pregnant girlfriend posted hospital updates, trying to maintain hope despite the gravity of the situation. In messages preserving his fighting spirit, she claimed that he said despite the injury, he'd still be able to fight and put hands on people, with a viral comment of hers claiming that he would still be putting belt to ass even with this injury. His sister Emily opened a GoFundMe to help with medical expenses, raising over $13,000. And even Baton Rouge rap superstar Kevin Gates pulled up on 4XTRA in hospital to check up on him. He would record a clip with Baby Runner from the 40s, who called him a real one and said that the streets love Kevin Gates for the support that he's shown.
Right here with KG, man. I know the deal, man. Real that's my brother, man. I respect that. Streets love you, man. For real. Straight up. Gangland, man. Neighborhood. Pull like 38 on cut.
Another Instagram carousel would circulate, taken only 6 days after the incident, with 4XTRA joined in the hospital by his day one homies, telling fans that he was making a fast recovery and that God is good. Fortunately, 4XTRA survived this incident, and despite this serious looking injury, it was only a matter of days before he was outside of the hospital, and clearly the injury didn't stop his hustle, because his first appearance on social media since being discharged was clearly a nice payday for him. In this comeback video, he would be seen inside of a clothing store with his hand in a cast, promoting the clothing brand Blue Strips LA.
Vernon Avenue, back there. West Side 40s, and I come to Blue Strip. So that's what I'm gonna get. Blue Strip. That's all I get on Vernon Avenue. Off the back, that's all I get is Blue Strip. Dead homies. I don't know what it thought. Dead homies when I'm back on 40s in the hood. You know I 4-0, I'm back. Dead homies, I'm back. Getting blue. I came right down here and pick this one for a reason. Because I get Blue Strips. That's all my pockets is filled with. Blue Strips on West Side 40s. I'm back. Stay tuned to the interview too before I fuck your tonight.
After this likely lucrative payday, it didn't take long for 4XTRA to pop out with more content on him.
Now, again, after being hit with that little situation that he had, I think that 4XTRA's popularity dramatically shot up. I think that his stock price dramatically shot up because now you're a national polarizing figure. But, let's keep going.
His Instagram. His next post later that day would be another touching image of him back in his home, resting his head on his girlfriend's pregnant belly with a caption reading, "Life of a Soldier." That was followed by what everybody was waiting for, with 4XTRA then posting another video which saw him delivering a heartfelt message, thanking his supporters and fans, and updating them on where he's at with things and promising to come back stronger than ever.
Off the back, Crenshaw the Fed, Vernon Avenue, I'm back. Off the back, I'm back on Vernon Ave. Dead home, but I came to make this video for all my supporters and all my fans, to everybody that show love and gave support around this world. That's what I came to make this video for everybody around this world. On Vernon Avenue, I had to make this motherfucking video for all the supporters and all my fans around the world. Off the back on the dead homies, just for every real nigga around the world and every real female around the world, and to all the little kids that show support around the world. On Vernon Avenue, off the back, I gotta show y'all support and give my respect to y'all. On the dead homies, I love y'all. That's off the back, off my back, off the back. Off the back, off my back, off your back, off everybody's back. Keep it on the back. The back, I ain't gonna stop saying it. That's from my heart on the dead homies. Vernon Avenue Crip, dead homies. Thank you for all your support, for all your love, for being here from around this world, everybody from around this world, for every real good, every real female, for being there for me, supporting, showing up, showing your love to everybody in the industry that showed your love, that showed your support. Shout out to Kevin Gates that had pulled up a real Vernon Avenue on the dead homies. You forever locked in on Vernon Avenue on hood. To every motherfucking real around this world and shot me out from the end of the street to the ghetto, to the blocks, to the streets, to the schools. On the hood, I love you. On Vernon Avenue, the back, on the dead homies. That's real female shit on the dead homies. On the hood. And I always say, love it like you love it. I had to love that one. And I'm healing up quick. I'm healing up quicker than state. So on Vernon Avenue, dead homies, you better be ready. Because this the only thing it did was open doors and make me a more animal.
From here, 4XTRA
make me more of an animal.
Would seemingly be happy to be back outside and continue posting. He would be seen in the studio reportedly recording his first verse and promising followers that the only thing that's changed since the accident is that the numbers are going up.
Back at it.
I said again.
Back
What?
at it.
Vernon Avenue. All the motherfucking way.
What they thought was gonna change.
I don't know what they thought they changed. I'm matter of fact, some did change.
What?
The motherfucking numbers, cuz.
Yeah,
What
they do?
This made me worse, cuz.
Yeah,
10 times worse. So when you call me
worse is the advanced form of worse, not worse.
so make sure you call me correct.
A clip would later circulate teasing a snippet from his comeback song where he told the story of what was going through his mind when he suffered the injury and how it affected his mental state.
They didn't let me alive. They didn't up. And they done left me alive. And I done woke up out the hospital and I done woke up alive.
Interestingly, he would use his buzz to promote his close friends from his neighborhood's music, popping out with a shout out for his homie Izzy Loke, who just released a new song.
Vernon Avenue, Crenshaw the Fed, neighborhood Crip. That's some of the dead homies, cuz. The hood, the homie, cuz. Izzo, cuz on West Side Rolling. Cuz, me up, cuz on West Side Rolling. He like, cuz on neighborhood Crip. Got this sick song cuz I just did. I'm like, I just did a sick ass song. He like, no, cuz. First off, cuz, I'm glad you're alive and you well, cuz. I'm like, neighborhood, cuz, I'm rolling. He like, cuz, but I got this sick cuz. I want you to promote for me. I'm like, cuz, come on, cuz. He like, I'm telling you, it's sick on West Side Rolling. I'm like, let me hear it. Cuz, let me hear it on West Side Rolling. I had to make this for cuz. I had to, cuz. I'm like, cuz, what's the name of the song? Cuz said True Ether. I'm like, hold on. Ain't that's like Kryptonite version of Kryptonite, cuz? Like with Superman and them? He like, yeah, cuz on neighborhood Crip. I'm like, cuz sick. I'm like, on West Side Rolling, cuz sick.
4XTRA had clearly not lost his positive energy, and he would continue to post himself outside enjoying the LA summer with his friend, not letting this injury stop him one bit.
This right here, I'm just trying to figure out, hey, let me use like $1 million or something. Can I use $1 million now? Can I use? I tell it on Vernon Avenue, I dress every day like my C-Day. I'm just trying to figure it out. Hey, can I use $1 million back there, cuz? Hey, cuz, let me hold like 10. Let me hold like 10, cuz. Could I hold 10? $2. Baby.
From here, he would continue tapping in with new people, next getting a tour of the re-entry podcast studios with Miss Contrary, continuing speculation about where his podcast career would be going next.
Oh, you the boss?
Yeah, I gotta go there. You wanna give him a quick tour of the studio with us? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You wouldn't even know it was all back here.
He all down Vernon with the gun over here, holding out on the east side. Been too much. Let's go there, cuz. Let me get on one.
We need our engineers, but we're gonna show you everything.
This started all over this, and then I go to jail the next time, and I'm in jail and I hear this on the radio. But I'm glad for success. I'm glad he on. I'm glad he's, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he out here making a difference over here in this area.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? He turned a negative into a positive on the east side. You get what I'm saying? So I'm proud of him.
The injury clearly could not stop 4XTRA's immaculate Crippin, as he would then post another video carousel in a fresh fit, blue head to toe, and throwing up the set. He would also be spending more and more time in the studio, being seen recording and teasing a verse that he had recorded with buzzing rapper Blanco 15.
Like, skipping dope. What do you say? It's a slap. In the streets, though. Look, in the hood, stick though. Running down in the hood, we can stick though. Walk up, blow your face.
Unfortunately, though, one of the saddest
Now, on the back end, we see 4XTRAZ having this whole back and forth with everybody in this community. Everybody's showing him love. There's a lot of respect going on. But when it comes to Adam 22, it seemed like all that respect got pushed immediately out the window because Adam chose content over his relationship with his homie. And Adam doesn't really seem like he cares about it until he saw that he couldn't make it without 4XTRAZ. So now here we are a year later. He's wanting 4XTRAZ to come back into the platform. But that's after that relationship has taken a lot of bumps and bruises.
consequences of this incident was the strain that it seemed to put on the relationship between Adam 22 of No Jumper and 4XTRA. Naturally, this being huge news all over the world, considering 4XTRA's position as one of the most beloved recurring guests on No Jumper, Adam and the cast would immediately react to the tragic news, with Adam 22 taking to No Jumper News 3 days after the incident to update fans on 4XTRA's condition and speculating on his potential return.
I have joined the news because, let's be real, something happened over the weekend. Okay. 4XTRA blew his hand off. And obviously, this was an extremely viral thing to have taken place. In particular, I think because of the fact that he has essentially built his entire name off of, threatening violence, saying that he wanted to pack people out, claiming that he won 10 fights in a row in jail, he never claimed that he put a carrot in his butt, but we all or in someone else's butt. We all kind of know that he probably did. And it took the internet by storm. And it was even crazier that it was 4th of July weekend. It was everybody had plenty of time on the internet. Everybody's looking at their phones, hanging out with their families. And all of a sudden we find out that someone who in many people's minds was the most viral No Jumper host of all time, many would say, was now a man without a hand. And there were a lot of insensitive reactions to it that I'm sure we all saw. A famous gang member, a famous icon in this space, somebody that the people are so intrigued by, they'll just click on hearing him talk about so many different things. And now to know that a large part of his claim to fame is gone, I mean, I honestly kind of feel like I just lack the words to even describe how crazy and messed up the situation is,
In the live, Adam revealed that he'd not spoken to 4XTRA yet, confirming that he had sent well wishes and a voice note.
Now, in this situation, Adam 22, dare I say, seems remorseful. Man. When it comes to the situation with Adam 22, it's crazy how he, does and doesn't maintain these relationships with his friends, how he doesn't maintain these relationships with his people. It's incredible, man. It's definitely incredible.
And that he'd been getting updates from his manager Lupe and expressing disappointment that he had offered to go to the hospital but had been told that he wasn't taking guests, only to find out that Kevin Gates had then been allowed to visit.
Have you spoke to him?
I have not. I sent him a voice note. I've been speaking to Lupe. It's like a group chat with me, Lupe, and Whack and Remo that has been kind of our main way that we've been finding stuff out. I know Remo's hopped on the phone with Lupe a couple times, but I have not actually spoken to him, although I offered to go to the hospital this morning and was told that he's not going to be having guests at this time. And then I did see Kevin Gates there. So that was
shows you where you stand.
That was a little troubling. No, and
that was like a day ago.
That was like yesterday. The same. Yeah. I offered to come today, but anyway, like Whack was in the group chat, so Whack was tripping on Lupe, like, how dare you let Kevin Gates go there and Adam can't go there? I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have even thought to raise a stink about that.
Clearly, there was some animosity brewing between Adam and 4XTRA as a result of this. Adam likely felt that prior to this incident, he had done a lot to help 4XTRA, not just putting him on.
But at the same time, too, it's like an entitlement. Whoever 4XTRA wants at his hospital bed or by his hospital side is who he wants at his hospital side, man. It's not up for Adam or anyone else to say who should or shouldn't be at this man's hospital bed when he's number one fighting for his life. Number one, that's the number one thing. But number two, you know what I'm saying? His family there, his people there, his kids there. It's a lot going on, bro. Like that doesn't need to be the forefront of, everything.
On at No Jumper as a host, but also rumored to have been paying him a significant monthly fee to appear on the show. So Adam was hurt that 4XTRA hadn't accepted his offer to visit, but sadly, their relationship would only deteriorate further when Inglewood Family Blood, an apparent enemy of 4XTRA and another regular on No Jumper, Munchie B, would share his thoughts on the incident. Munchie had already taken the opportunity to rub salt in the wound, taking to his own YouTube channel just 2 days after the accident to make some tasteless jokes about 4XTRA's injury. In a video on his channel titled 4XTRA Go Out With a Boom on the 4th of July, Munchie would address the situation, saying that 4XTRA can no longer fight, but also saying that he shouldn't back down on the gangster talk with this injury, pointing out that even after getting shot and losing his sight himself, Munchie B is still outside and standing on business for his set.
I hope you keep the same energy, hand or no hand, you know what I'm saying? Because it's 40 Crips till you die, not till your hand get blown off, you know what I'm saying? So keep the same energy, because I do it, so I don't want to hear all the BS, you know what I'm saying? I got shot.
Now, there's been a lot of back and forth, with this conversation. What I've yet to see is Munchie B call somebody out for a fake. So the whole back and forth about how somebody should do something or shouldn't do something, and then you're saying that he should be this and he shouldn't be that, and you're saying that he should go gangbang, that he shouldn't go gangbang, is all kind of contradicting. But if you're that invested in the goings on of your enemy, why you just don't call him out for a fade? And then, y'all can get whatever y'all got to get out the way. And then that situation can be remedied. And then we can all move on with our life. You feel me?
That's my vision. Guess what? I'm still outside. Still B-teaming. Podcasting. Making music.
And I mean, is 4XTRA's not still C-teaming? Podcasting? Making music? Is he still not doing, now that we're looking at this a year later, is 4XTRA's not doing everything that he was suggested to continue to do?
Doing whatever I want to do. I got the same energy from before I got shot to right now.
Munchie would go on to make a series of disrespectful puns about 4XTRA's injury.
And everybody heard the latest and the greatest with 4XTRAs. He won't be giving out no phase. You ask for 4XTRAs. I wish I could give you a hand. I mean, I wish I could help you out in this situation, but you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, you in trouble, B-team. Hey, look, I got a little joke, right? Look, what did the robber
explode onto the internet? A lot of people thought it was.
Sorry, I just couldn't see where he was coming from. I just couldn't see the point Munchie B was trying to make. Sorry.
Fake. We could talk about that too, but it turns out.
Say explode onto the internet.
Look, crazy, man.
See, that's the problem, man. Because even
you can't say nothing, huh?
Exactly. I already had somebody tell me, "Oh, why you dressed up like the firecracker that blew his hand up?" I'm like, God damn, I can't even put a tie-dye shirt on without somebody coming up with a narrative.
People crazy.
Man. Anyway,
I seen you donated $1,000.
You gonna get that new robot thing going, huh? AI technology.
That's the government. They got, yeah. See, look how bad this looks already. People are trying to get me to laugh, crack jokes.
Adam would go on to ask the room their thoughts on the situation and made it very clear that both Munchie B and King Pill had issues with 4XTRA from the outset, and giving them the floor to disrespect 4XTRA and justify their reasons for being so disrespectful, with a debate then taking place on whether or not it should be expected for the opposite.
Now, on the back end, it is expected for your ops to diss you. It is expected for your ops to disrespect you. On the front end, you can see where 4XTRAZ wasn't understanding or wasn't, accepting of those jokes and of those slanders, because, he would take it personal because they're personally being said about him.
To make fun of each other when they get hurt, with it being revealed that Baby Runner had apparently admonished Munchie B for dissing 4XTRA and acting like someone had scored a point against him rather than him suffering a tragic accident.
4XTRAZ lost his hand.
Man,
let's talk about it. How did you first feel when you saw it? At least some people here in the room, let's be totally real, some people here have a dog in the fight. Munchie had been going back and forth with him, on him, saying that he wasn't all he was cracked up to be. And then in addition to that, King Pill had been turned down for a fight, and 4XTRAZ actually said that you were a smoker, that you were not worthy of getting in the ring with him, etc.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like it probably hit Shaw slightly different than it hit other people.
Oh yeah, man. I was thinking it was AI at first. You feel me? I'm like, man, this got to be AI. You
like
feel
8
me?
hours after it came out, he was still hitting me up like, y'all really want us to believe this?
I'm thinking it's finna come off the back. Talking about I'm back. I didn't believe that.
Okay.
So I'm like, I think the Fade God did that. Everybody prayed to a God that.
The Fade God is crazy. King Pill with his conspiracy theories.
That they pray to. And when you one of these fighters, unknowingly, you might be praying to these fight gods. And when you turn the Fade down, you gotta suffer a consequence.
Man, there's gotta
That's
be
what I thought about at the crib when I was faded.
You thought that it was? You think it's karma from the Fade God?
There has to be a rapper going Fade
I'm so
God.
glad I asked you. Listen, I actually gave Munchie B credit on the news yesterday. There's a clip of me talking about this when I first came in Monday, and I said how Munchie B didn't disrespect 4XTRA, and then a lot of people were pointing out, no, Adam, you got that wrong. Munchie absolutely was making jokes as soon as this happened.
I don't think genuinely that Munchie went as hard as he could have. You feel me? Like,
I mean,
none.
So because he didn't go as hard as he could, we still are supposed to accept the disrespect? Is that I'm confused. Because disrespect is disrespect, and disrespect amongst enemies is disrespect amongst enemies. So I'm not sure where tolerance, toleration is not the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure where tolerance of your enemy disrespecting you is, oh, well, he didn't do it as bad as he could have did, blah, blah. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Let's ask the mayor himself.
Selective politicking.
How do you
yeah, hell yeah. Because
who said selective politicking? It ain't selective politicking. You know what? I said, let me just get out the way real quick. Like I said, only thing when I seen it, right, when I seen Munchie B, little jokes and all that, like I said, yeah, he could have went way harder. But like I said, when I seen the jokes, I was surprised. I was like, I didn't think Munchie would hop out there like that. You feel me? And like a few people, that's just my opinion. Like, did Munchie do something wrong? Like I told Munchie Munchie, like, I did something wrong. I'm like, no, you ain't did nothing wrong. Who am I to say you did something wrong? Like at the end of the day, like you can't tell nobody how to mourn or how to handle disrespect or how to taunt a person that's supposed to be an enemy, or that you say but just like I said,
Young Ant famously called Munchie B tacky in this situation. As 4XTRAZ is an actual direct enemy to Young Ant Hefe as well. Young Ant Hefe didn't take it as an opportunity to attack 4XTRAZ or to accost 4XTRAZ, and he in fact made it clear that he thought that Munchie B's tactics at going at 4XTRAZ were in fact tacky.
I'm like, I wouldn't have did it, but like shit, hey, like, I can't get mad. I'm not mad, but
why people don't hold their own homies accountable when they do like things that ain't tasteful on the internet? You know what I'm saying? He do know it's a little dude on the internet.
You don't hold your homie accountable when he's tasteful on the internet. You had a whole nigga lying on me on the internet and went and told a lie, and then had another nigga call and tell the truth, and then you never held your homie accountable. Right. Your homies never held you accountable when you was trying to clean up my leftovers with Lil Mama out there in Atlanta and all that, when you was all on her line, and then when she told you that you couldn't afford it because she's a yas to you, you know, nobody held you accountable for that. So I don't really think that accountability is a thing. You feel me? It just seems like Munchie B was jealous of 4XTRAZ in the very beginning of No Jumper, and he seemed like he's going to continue to be jealous of 4XTRAZ.
Internet
Because Adam gives 4XTRAZ the respect that he doesn't give Munchie B. Adam 22 would never put his feet on 4XTRAZ. Adam 22 would never tell 4XTRAZ to get his hands off of him or anything like that. All the stuff that you see 4XTRAZ do, that Munchie B has done, you've never seen Adam disrespect or talk anything to 4XTRAZ for doing the exact same thing.
Grabbing from myself.
Respect level that Adam has for 4XTRAZ is way higher than respect level that he has for Munchie B.
I got a YouTube channel that blasted my social number all on this content. I didn't cry about it. And okay, he said, they acting like they came through and shot the homie. Whoop. Nah, we ain't acting like that.
Like people is celebrating like they came through and downed him, or they put in some work on him. And a firecracker did it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say like the families or try to reference that.
Bro,
he said that's just how people will celebrate.
Bro, they do the same thing with this blind with me, bro. And the 40s.
I said that as well.
That was my whole thing. If you on the internet, bro, your skin got to be thicker than a Montclair coat for sure. Like
a Montclair coat is not thick at all.
All that being sensitive for y'all homie, that's out. He entered this content, and then the thing is, they took out of the whole video, they took these two little bush jokes and highlighted that. But I'm saying, I hope he keep the same energy. Don't let it hinder him, because it ain't hinder me.
Now the way you're saying it is changing. Now the context and the tone is changing it. Well, what I just said, don't let it hinder you. What I just said, it didn't hinder me. No, that's not the way you were saying it. You were saying it to be facetious and disrespectful. You were saying it to be condescending. Now you saying it like, oh well, I was just trying to give him motivation. No, you wasn't. You didn't. A young and Hefe didn't share your childish sentiments, and he didn't share your immaturity and your taste, choice in jokes. And now you're trying to change it because you look stupid. But it's not. That's not how you said it. You're just what you said is the same. Your verbiage is extremely different.
I Ubered up here by myself before. I'm still
look at you, big boy, able to Uber by yourself like a big kid. That's right.
Podcasting, rapping. If I call a meeting in the hood, a lot of people will come. Just carry on, because how you is right now, that's what it is, bro. So get used to it. All that crying, I don't want to hear that shit.
Could y'all imagine what he would have been like if it was somebody that he ain't with? He would have been on here laughing like a.
Okay, but to just shoot him some bail, he never really engaged with all that too much. Like
I didn't like that. And I held back, and the only reason why I brought it up that one day because it fit the conversation. But all that I ain't Munchie B. What the f you mean? And then if I'm trying to act like that ain't a knock on nobody. Then my bad too, because look, because I didn't, and I'm like, I'm not young and I'm kicking him.
Yeah. So you did sit here and say, all right, so since you're saying that there's a knock, you did disrespect Spody Face by saying that the only two real people that No Jumper was you and Young and Hefe. So was it a knock at Spody Face? You saying the exact same thing. So you, by your definition, you were disrespectful to Spody Face. You took a knock at Spody Face when you said that the only two real people at No Jumper were you and Young and Hefe. Got it. I'm trying to see what you're saying, bro. I'm just trying to see what you're saying.
It's a knock on him. And then they forget that said he had knocked me out. Because all I said was, you're lying. You didn't do what you said to the homie. And he said, and Munch, you know. I would have ran across, I would have knocked you out too. I didn't say nothing about that. That's cool. I mean,
why didn't you say anything about that? Seems like you're picking and choosing what you want to address. Why wouldn't you say anything? When 607 Unc was on you, you had a lot to say. When Jaleese is on you, you want to get into it with Jaleese. You get into a whole fucking gang fight with Jaleese. Where's she from? What hood she from? All kind of stuff like this. But when 4XTRAZ say he'll knock you out, you didn't say nothing about it. Like when Scrooge said that he was going to knock you out, you didn't say nothing about it. Like when Young and Hefe had to come save you because you was getting whooped out by the neighborhood Crips and the Rolling Crips in jail, you didn't talk about it. It's a lot of things that I guess we're not talking about. It's a lot of things that I guess we're just choosing not to talk about. It's a lot of selective politicking. But when Jaleese got something to say, it's on B team, huh? You ready to whoop Jaleese out. Jaleek, you got homegirls for her and all that kind of stuff. But when you was talking about his Crippin, and his Crippin led to saying he would whoop your feet, you didn't say nothing about it. Interesting.
Whatever. But you ain't never said nothing about much. Yeah, he did. I just didn't speak up on it. I just put it in my memory bank and kept it pushing. But they
still ain't saying nothing about it. The politics have been selected, I guess.
Not be so sensitive.
Nah, facts. Because I mean, even with me, like I've had infinite jokes about T-Rail and his little baby arm. I've had a million jokes
Am I tripping, Chad, or is that most selective of politics?
about, I don't know, other people who got or whatever. And it's like, I wouldn't ever make a joke about Munchie not being able to see. But then at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard to like blame everybody for making jokes about 4XTRAZ when we all have, we've all kind of done the same thing to various people that we don't like. And then we kind of like, we could hold ourselves to a different standard as people that with 4XTRAZ. Well, me and you, Lush, to a certain extent. But, you know, for a lot of other people, it's very understandable that they're going to come with the most offensive possible.
Honestly, I'm really rooting for him on some bounce back.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Just keep the same energy and don't let it hinder you. I mean,
So Munchie believed that since 4XTRAZ disrespected him in the past, then he was justified in mocking his injuries. And Munchie would go on to stand on his points, saying that he didn't agree with Baby Runner and said that in this new generation of the streets, people are extremely disrespectful and this sort of thing should be expected.
Runner was saying like,
No.
you didn't agree with his points.
Hell no. I didn't agree with nothing. This a new generation smoking on ops, all kind of shit. And then they acting like he a little girl that got hit by a drunken driver. This ain't that, bro. Look. This the same dude that said he beat up on somebody just because they from Inglewood and he don't gangbang. Just because they live in my neighborhood, bro. It's hard to have compassion for somebody like that. Oh yeah, no.
And the irony is, taking it back to the pool party where your homie was calling himself having a fake issue on me, but he didn't want to actually take a fade. Was that not over the exact same situation? You're mad at 4XTRAZ? Like, let's be real, Mr. Goddamn. Let's be real about this. You're mad at 4XTRAZ because he said somebody from Inglewood came into the dorm in jail and he had to fight. Well, is that not what happened with me at the pool party when niggas was acting like they was all super turned up? And then I was like, all right, well, let's get out and do what we got to do and blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't turn into nothing? Was I not there with the homie trying to enjoy myself and get up on some pretty little girls? Was I not busting my 1-2 step like Sierra for hours until your homie got drunk enough to summon up some courage 5 hours later after being in the same party with me and try to start a little BS issue in Way in Moreno Valley? Imagine this. It's A and T everywhere. Girls shaking A, bouncing T everywhere. And you look over at me 5 hours later because you drunk and you can't control your cheap Hennessy and say, man, I don't like him because he's from the Crenshaw district. Ain't that the exact same situation, bro? And then y'all took it to, and then you and your homies took it to the internet, being weird, being extra weird with a cherry on. Now you mad at, come on, bro. But the difference between that situation is I was ready to take my fades. I wasn't tripping. Let's go to the back and handle what we got to handle. Your homie called and made a little scene about it and told a lie. Then you called your other homie who told the truth and was like, yeah, that nigga Rich Trapper was ready to handle his business. Why you just won't handle your business? You have all these gripes and all these grievances. You super turned up. You extra aggressive. Everything is on B team. You pride yourself and walk around these YouTube streets of being the toughest gang member. Why you not doing nothing? I get it. The world has this. Oh, towards blah blah, towards blah blah, towards blah blah. Bro, I don't want to hear no more war stories from niggas who ain't going to war. I don't want to hear no more war stories from niggas who ain't going to war, bro. You have all these animosities towards 4XTRAZ. You do the exact same thing, just at a lower capacity. You do the exact same thing, just at a much lower capacity, bro. Like, man, it's whatever. Just let it go.
Everybody
like it, bro. Let it go. Go see things differently.
They affiliate with somebody. That don't mean they gang bangers. Just because they live in my hood, you whooped on them. And he said this on the internet for everybody repeatedly.
Despite the fact that Adam kind of tried to defend 4XTRAZ and seemed to make it clear that he didn't condone the disrespect, Adam would go on to explain that 4XTRAZ people were upset with him and 4XTRAZ manager Lupe for sharing information about the possibility of him being blind to the public, something that Adam thought he was being told to communicate to the fans.
I don't know, like, all right, I just want to issue this clarification before we even get any further into this discussion, is that basically I put out a statement basically where I said that I had heard that he lost his vision, but then most of it came back. And from what I heard, people are basically like people in 4XTRAZ's family or like her camp or whatever, they're mad at Lupe because they feel like Lupe was the one who told us that he even like lost his vision in the first place. In reality, Lupe was basically like avoiding telling me anything. She told me, yeah, like maybe his vision was bad at first, but like he got it back or whatever, which I actually don't really believe. I have various reasons, but I feel like his vision is still very fucked up. If anything, I think Lupe lied to me and told me that his vision had gotten significantly better.
Well,
but
the
I
family's telling you to say that.
But I talked to her earlier, and she sounded very upset because I guess that she got like a bunch of backlash from people that are close to him, family, et cetera, because they're kind of just like assuming that she's the one who said something to me about his vision in the first place. A lot of the information that we've been getting, because we haven't been like really in direct communication with people that are like super close to him, but a lot of the communication that we're getting is kind of like from third party. Like one person says it to someone else, and then that person mentions it, and then I hear about it, etc. So, I mean, I just want to say, anybody who's acting like Lupe is the problem, or that Lupe was trying to expose private information about 4XTRA or whatever, that narrative is cat. So I just want to throw that out there first.
It would turn out that 4XTRA would take this incredibly personally, and he didn't like that Adam had given an enemy of his a platform.
Now, again, I can't be upset or think anything is wrong with 4XTRA's thought process for feeling like, why are you giving an enemy of mine a platform to talk bad about me in any way, shape, form, or fashion? And if you choose to do that, that's cool. That's your business. But I will no longer continue to be a part of this, the situation you got going on. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with not being a part of a situation that is not serving you or is directly detrimental to you?
To talk about his injury disrespectfully, with Adam later revealing that 10 days after the accident that he'd finally got a call from 4XTRA, but it didn't seem on friendly terms, with 4XTRA apparently admonishing Adam for allowing Munchie to speak ill upon him on the No Jumper platform and suspiciously inviting Adam to discuss the matter in person at a studio, a scenario that Adam quickly deduced was likely a trap that could have resulted in physical harm.
I did speak to 4XTRAs on the phone on Friday. Now, I will reveal to the people, he was not 100% happy with me. He felt like it was weak for me to be on a podcast with people that he perceives as ops and to ask them what they thought about the situation with his blowing up of his hand. And I get that, because realistically, this is an op-friendly podcast. There's a lot of people on here who...
Definitely an op-friendly podcast.
Certain people get along with, don't get along with Sarah. I think he even felt a way about King Pill being on the podcast. We can get into that Zest arc in a moment and everything. But he did feel a way about that, and it was a little bit of a threatening or like an angry vibe to it. Like, pull up on me in the studio. I want to talk to you. Just me and you. I want to talk to you. And I'm like, what are you doing for us? Why you acting like that? Why you acting like you're a little mad at me? What is that? And he's like, nah, just pull up to the studio. I want to talk to you. And I kept pushing. And that's when he revealed that at least the thing that he wanted to mention that he was annoyed by was me talking to people that he doesn't get along with about his hand or whatever. My response to that really is like, bro, we talk about current events. You blowing up your hand was the biggest thing of that week. I'm on a podcast with people that you don't technically get along with. We talking about it. I'm sorry, man. That's just how this goes. Anyway, the next day.
Now, Adam's whole energy is way different than what it was when he's sitting in front of 4XTRAs. Because, you talking all that high power age now, but in front of 4XTRAs, when he was telling you that he was ready to unalive you, you had a whole different situation.
And I haven't spoken to him since then. I actually gave him a call this morning, and he didn't pick up. I don't know how late he's sleeping in at this point. But the next day, I got contacted by 2 different people in this content space who told me that they had conversations with him about his request to be paid handsomely for an interview. They both informed me that they spoke to him, that they turned him down, and then they told me how the conversation went. I didn't reach out for this information. They just reached out to me. So 4XTRA is out there digging for gold, trying to find someone who wants to invest in his comeback tale as far as if his return.
Now, on the back end, is 4XTRA's wrong for looking for $50,000 for his comeback story? And on the back end, how much money do you think that Adam 22 has given 4XTRAs, considering the fact that he is now back at No Jumper? So how much do you think that Adam has given him?
Turn interview will be on No Jumper. I don't know. I'm waiting to speak to him. So I will have to leave you guys in wait for that information.
Aside from this apparently aggressive conversation and attempted jumping, Adam would also share that 4XTRA was not intending to host his comeback interview on No Jumper, and instead was shopping his return interview for a reporter.
Now, that situation did happen over at Cam Capone, where you can see that Trap Lord Ross and Cam Capone had a falling out, had a bit of a situation behind that. Cam Capone has since fallen out with Adam 22 and Trap Lord Ross. for whatever reason, Cam Capone isn't effing with them. But with that all being said,
price of $50,000, initially contacting DJ Vlad, who apparently declined the big ticket offer.
He reached out to 2 people in this space that we know.
He definitely reached out to Vlad, and Vlad was not feeling it. Vlad said that when he requested that he didn't even make him a counter offer because he just felt like it was so outlandish that it was just not even close.
He's standing on that 50 bands.
I mean, he's shooting for the 50 bands. I don't know where he's going to land, but for sure then, I mean, I assume he does one high-priced interview maybe at some point, and then he comes and speaks to me afterwards and tells me, oh, let's get back to a regular content schedule. But the thing about it is that it's like, you know, if he's playing hardball.
And that didn't actually happen for a year. Adam kind of predicted that 4XTRAZ would be back. And here we are now, a year later, and they're finally reconciling, you know, their differences. But nah, man, I think that 4XTRAZ stood on a bit more business than what Adam was prepared for him to stand on, man. I think that 4XTRAZ stood down a little bit more than what Adam was ready for, because when it came time to, you know, pay 4XTRAZ or have to, I guess, for lack of better words, go back to 4XTRAZ, we do see that he, you know, was able to get his spot back at No Jumper seemingly without a problem.
I'm playing hardball. So when it comes time to renegotiate, who knows where we land. So, you know, the people out there, you can all wait. You'll find out more information in the near future, but that's where I'm at as far as the 4XTRAZ return.
Unfortunately, it seems that Adam took...
Now, it doesn't seem like Adam was playing too hard a ball because, again, 4XTRAZ is now back at No Jumper, and we don't really see Adam making a fuss about it. We don't see 4XTRAZ making a fuss about it. And from the way that it's seemingly, you know, going down, we knew that 4XTRAZ wasn't going without getting paid. So maybe Adam did have to, you know, concede and give 4XTRAZ what he needed.
This as a betrayal, and he made his feelings known that he wouldn't be willing to increase the price that he was paying 4XTRAZ, considering what he was already paying him before this to be an already generous price.
I personally found...
Keep in mind, too, 4XTRAZ got off with that chili. Remember, Adam had paid 4XTRAZ, and then 4XTRAZ, you know, pretty much said F Adam and No Jumper and left.
Found that annoying. But also, listen, if 4XTRAZ wants to go get his money somewhere, by all means. Will that affect negotiations as far as how his future on No Jumper looks? Probably, yeah.
As it stands, it seems that both Adam and 4XTRAZ
didn't seem like it affected it too much because, again, he's already back.
Being stubborn on their positions, and it's hard to see how they're going to repair this situation. As a fan of both of them, it's heartbreaking to see such a misunderstanding coming off the back of a tragic incident, and
I don't think that was a misunderstanding. I think that Adam 22 didn't have boundaries, and 4XTRAZ had to give Adam 22 said boundaries.
We hope that both of them can patch things up and return to doing what they both do best together, making more of the kind of engaging content that made fans fall in love with 4XTRAZ and his infectious personality to begin with. Like I said in the beginning, for those who truly knew 4XTRAZ's story, the irony of this accident was almost too profound to comprehend. This was a man who'd survived attempted murder charges at 12 years old, who'd stared down rival gang members from LA's deadliest sets, who had walked out of a maximum security prison after nearly...
Man, I turn hands. What's the deal? Imagine if that would have been the end of 4XTRAZ, man. After everything that he had gone through, a firework accident is what took him out.
A decade behind bars and lived to tell the tale. Yet in the end, it wasn't a rival gang member's bullet that incapacitated him. It wasn't a prison yard stabbing or a RICO case or any of the countless other dangers that had defined his life. Notorious for his fighting hands, it was an unthinkable freak accident that threw his entire persona up.
Imagine the only thing that's able to take down 4XTRAZ is 4XTRAZ
into the air. We've covered countless...
Y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
Networx with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about later.
Carjack 100 here! If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's! I'm your transmission expert!
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now, we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro. With the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're going to make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're gonna keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm Whack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life. For your own personal home security, call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second.
Hey, I'm Adam22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Jackson. It's dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 points strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboard. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Friends is hella fake, I know we're enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm an aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.